After you, Adrian.
All right, well, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. And this will be recorded for those who couldn't make it, but we wanted to do a short meeting just to tell you what we have in store for spring. And we know a lot of people are going to make little changes and, what's running on site and what's running virtually. So this is the time, one, to ask all the questions. And also we will tell you what we have planned, and most things are up now. There are a few glitches that we're working on, so we'll get to explain those too, but we're looking forward to sharing everything. Okay, so we are still running what's called on-site plus classes. So classes, these are primarily on site, but they also have a virtual live stream section. So some students who are not here in the Bay Area or do not have access to travel here for the class can attend the class virtually, and there will be a live stream component, as some of you have become used to. So these are our dual modality. So on-site plus virtual. Mm-hmm. And these are the on-site plus classes thus far for next semester. We wanted to have some in every area. So you'll see here the on-site plus classes that you can enroll as virtual Zoom, or you can come on site and work with the instructor in person. And this is the listing of those. If anybody has any questions on how that's working, you can definitely reach out to me or Timothy, Edwin. We're all kind of aware of what's going on with that. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask today, or, reach out later and we can tell you more about it. And here's the grad on-site plus. So again, Zoom virtual option for the class, or coming in on site to work with the instructor and other students in person. So lighting, Photoshop, motion capture, and digital printing for the grads. Okay, so on-site only. So this is when a class, this is like the traditional mode that some of you have started school, more than 2 years ago at this point, knew us as on-site only. So we do have some classes that are on-site only, and they will not have a virtual live stream component. So you need to come to class every week in San Francisco for these classes, on-site only. And these are contemporary gallery practice and project development with me. And this is going to be really fun. We are going to be working on an advanced or long-term photographic project of your choosing. Plus, we are going to be going to galleries about every 3 weeks. And we're going to be going in person. There's so much cool stuff happening in the city right now. So we'll be visiting curators, we'll be visiting shows, photography definitely, but also contemporary art in general. So I wanted to do this because I want to be with you all and I want to get out there in the world. So I think we're all missing that. So come on and join this class, and we will go have fun together. And you'll also you'll get access to some of the behind the scenes of how galleries function. And also you will be working individually on a project one-on-one and with your classmates. And then we will also be running real world lighting again with John Vano for those who had that class on site this semester and loved it. There is another section of that running, going on location, working with lighting in person all over the place. Good class. And then also this semester, fashion and beauty. So real world lighting, you can see here, is undergrad and grad, and so is fashion and beauty. Fashion and beauty is going to be on Wednesdays, and this one is also taught by John Vano, and it will be a special focus on the fashion and beauty industry. We know many of you have been waiting for this class, so we made an adjustment. There is no advanced digital capture next semester. We're taking one break. So Edwin is going to hang out, not do advanced digital capture for one semester, but then he will be back in fall to teach advanced digital capture, and we will have fashion and beauty in spring 2022. Oh, okay. So this one is pending. We've talked with a few of you about this. For those that want to get back in the darkroom, but have some knowledge of darkroom, perhaps you've taken the beginning darkroom class, or you have other knowledge that you've come to the program with, you can talk to us about that. The advanced traditional processes will be a darkroom class, and Connie Begg, who's one of our local experts, maestros in the darkroom, will be teaching that. We can also talk with her exactly about what the content will be. It won't probably just be black and white darkroom. She'll probably be doing some other stuff as well. But if you have more interest in that class, I know we've been talking to you, just reach out to Candace or Edwin or me. And once we get this actually on the books, we had to what was the word, Candace? We had to
Activate.
Sorry?
Reactivate
the class. So we are working on that. So this one you can't see yet to enroll, but we are in the process. Any questions?
Wait.
Janelle, Janelle,
yes. I do. I'm curious if, so I was considering a printing class.
Mm-hmm.
I was in printing when we went into lockdown, so I missed out on 2/3 of that.
Mm-hmm.
Printing possibility. Is that something you can switch back and forth? So if I'm in person most of the time, but someday it's just hard and I can Zoom it, is that an option?
So Edwin, how has that been working? Because I know we went in with the intention of you choose one, like you're either on Zoom or you're on site, but I know that there have been more flux than we initially intended with that, and that's been okay. So Edwin, do you have?
I think maybe Timothy has more feedback because my class was fully on site, and I know for sure Timothy was doing the class.
Yeah. Okay, I can speak to it from the instructor perspective, or Timothy, you can as well. The feedback that I got back on it is it's better if a student sticks to the section that they have registered for because of how it's structured in the LMS and how it is for enrollment and all of that stuff. So students are encouraged to really, really think about which section works best for them. However, we are always going to be flexible during this time. Things happen, of course, and we have to roll with it. So I believe, according to the school, we're still going to be flexible, but you're encouraged to stick to the section you register for.
Okay.
The only thing I would add to that is because I did teach a online or onsite plus class this semester, and it was an early lighting class that had a technical component to it. And I would say that every student who was on site grasped the concepts leaps and bounds over those who were online. And you're virtual, yeah. And there was a student who was like, well, my schedule, I'm supposed to show up on site, but then I have another class right after mine, and it's easier for me to just be virtual. Can I just be virtual? And I said, yes. And then in the end, he started to just come on site anyhow, because it was losing too much. Now, I think some discussion heavy classes, maybe it may not matter, but for anything technical, of which I think printing would be, I would think it would benefit you to be in class.
Yeah, for me, I was debating on a class immediately after, which would be virtual. So I'd have to rush home to be prepared for that. But then I know I'd end up going back to print things before the next class. It would be like back and forth, back and forth. But one option is to turn that second class, that next class, into an online class. And that would give me the time in between to then do some homework right then and there.
Could you log in? Edwin, is there a place how has that worked, Edwin? I'm just curious, like if a student because this is coming up more in the scheduling, is there a place they can go and attend their virtual class on site if they have that, like window that they need to be there?
Well, they could reserve a studio and bring their computer, or we could place one of the capture cards where they could have the practice, a studio to assist the class. Also, we have some offices that we could put available for the students that are not using all the time. I know there is the kiosk of the computers that are available in the fourth and third and second floor that they could use as well. They just need a headset with earphones so then they don't get distracted. But yeah, there's definitely possibilities for that.
Oh,
The only catch would be the building hours. So if you're taking an on-site 1:30 p.m. class, the building closes shortly after that class. So then the issue would be now you have to leave the building to get to your next place. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, and also we don't have guarantee of how the building hours will be for the spring, but we have been closed on Mondays, so that also can reflect on a Monday class too.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Sure.
Andrew Segala.
Is commercial photography on site?
Yeah, I didn't see if it was on there or not.
Oh yeah, Andrew, I'm teaching commercial photography, and that's an on-site plus class. I absolutely encourage you to be on site. Yeah, and I was just looking at the syllabus today. It's the first time I've taught this class, so I'm super excited on what we can kind of bring to it and how we're going to do it. And it has a bunch of great students in it, as well as yourself. And I think it's primarily on site. I think as of now we have 1 or 2 online. But yep. Do you have any questions about the class?
No, my primary concern was if it was on site or online, because just for VA purposes, but that's about it.
Yep, no, on site. And then, there is a component that I think, in trying to figure out how to make it translate to on site and virtual, there's a component where we just try to understand what is commercial photography. And so that part wheels up, but then we definitely are going to be making images and making your own images and trying to make images that speak to the commercial marketplace. So, it's a learning and shooting class.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Sure. Oh, Stephen Adams, is PH 636 digital imaging virtual?
Right. Yeah, I was told it was online, was on site, but the list that was provided on the website, it wasn't there.
So I just checked it. It is virtual only.
Virtual only.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm triple checking right now, but our current reg says that it is virtual only.
Guys, I talked to my advisor, I don't know, probably a month ago, and he told me that it was on site and I could not take that class. I live in Georgia, so a bit difficult to
Come to SF for a night.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is virtual, so you can sign up. It's PH636_01 digital imaging with Nicholas Gutierrez.
Okay.
Virtual Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Wow. Tuesday, 6 p.m.
Correct. Pacific Standard Time.
Are they an hour long?
3 hours.
3 hours. Wow. Wow, that's that'd be 9 to midnight.
I hear that. See, that's a lot. I know I've had some students in actually other parts of the world and they were really tired in class because it was like 1 a.m. for them and stuff. So
Wow.
yeah, that's hard.
Well,
That's been the
I'll have
ultimate
to-
challenge with all of this, is trying to make sure that we're including everyone from all the multiple time zones internationally and, just even between West Coast and East Coast. And it is a challenge.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Yeah. And if we make any changes to the time, we can definitely let you know, but you can send an email just to have a reminder for us. about the time if the time is a problem for you. Just so if we do have any changes, we can, you know, reach out and let you know when we make those changes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Andrew, do you have anything from the student rep perspective that we should still address, or has most been resolved with the new
Like,
offerings?
Yeah, you had some internship questions, if I didn't clarify enough.
No, yeah, so for the internship one, yeah, that was answered. It was relatively straightforward. They were just asking like who they talk to, how they do it, and if they could do it in the summer. So that was answered. I know the fashion and beauty one, that was a big one that I got recently, and it's back on site, which they're gonna be pretty pleased about that one.
Yep.
I still have to figure out more about like the VA portion, if they're gonna
Yes.
accept on-site plus. I mean, they should, because I'm physically in the class and it's classified it, but I will still follow up on that one.
So how that is, just from the back end, Andrew, when you enroll in a virtual section or a on-site section. So when you follow up with the VA, just make sure that that part is, you know, clear with them.
Yeah, and even when I registered, it had details of on-site, because it actually said Sutter from this time to this time in this room.
Yeah.
And so that should probably help a lot of the veterans out.
Good.
And I think that's the most I got. I mean, I got one small one, which is recommendations for a documentary class, which is like add like specific types of documentary, like street or editorial, but it was just in passing. And some wished I was on site as well. So that could be one. But on that's all I got so far.
Okay.
Oh, and actually the big question, if we're ever going to be fully on site, like no more Zoom and stuff like that.
I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead. What?
So slow and steady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's all I got.
It does seem like the amount of people taking the virtual component of a on-site and online class is getting less, correct?
True. That is
So
what
I
I'm
think-
seeing.
Yeah, the balance is shifting.
I wanted to add to what you just said too, Timothy, to everyone here and everyone who's going to listen to the recording. We did focus this meeting on the on-site only and the on-site plus classes, but we do have other excellent classes running virtually as well. One to throw out there is PH646, the pinhole camera. That class is running virtually, but it's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah.
So if you have space in your schedule for that, I believe, Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong, that would count as an elective.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have space in your schedule for that, that's a really, really, really fun class.
Pinhole.
I would advise taking. It is virtual. So if your focus is on site or on site only, that one won't work for you, but consider it.
Yeah, Connie actually wanted to teach that one virtually because of how the class functions. So I think it's going to be awesome.
She's teaching that. She's
Yeah.
teaching that section.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Okay.
All right. Everybody and anybody, if you need help with your enrollments, and I know that we have been dealing with a small issue that's probably going to be resolved today about seeing all of the classes for the students. But if you need any help enrolling, you can always reach out to me. I can help you with your advisor as well. You know, the advisors can enroll you in any of the new classes, but as those of you know that meet with me regularly, I am happy to have a quick Zoom meeting with you, get you all sorted out, and just send the note to your advisor right there. So I am here for you. Reach out to Candace to set up, like we could even just do a 15-minute Zoom meeting if you need help enrolling for classes. You could reach out to Candace for that time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep, thank you, everyone.
It's gonna be fun.
Have a good week.
You
Yep.
too.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.